What's up, SaaS Masters? My name is George, and today I want to show you a deal that's called Redtie. This one lets you send and receive text messages just like an email. Plus, you can automate the process by auto-responding or triggering messages depending on the keyword that someone uses. So it's pretty useful that you have this deal. Now, with this deal, you get a phone number from the United States. That means that you can send and receive text messages from the United States and Canada. What does that mean? Well, it doesn't mean that you can't use it if you live in another country. Because if you live in another country and you need to give support to your customers or a client in the United States, well, you can use this deal. So you could be in Mexico, India, Australia, United Kingdom, and you can use that phone number that they provide so you can send and receive text messages. So let me show you what the deal is about and how it actually works, because it's super easy to implement. So let's get started. Okay, this is the deal that's going on right now. It's $89 for a 1-year deal. Like I said before, they provide you a US phone line so you can send and receive text messages. Now, let me show you what that plan actually gets you. First of all, you get text messages with attachments, just like an email, like I mentioned before. You can send notes, docs, recorded audio, and video. It's two-way messages. So like I said, you can send and receive. Plus, you get contacts database, read reception confirmation, save and schedule messages, the automation process, API, and all of that with this yearly deal. Now, more details about the plan will be in the description. Now, let's go ahead and redeem a brand new code of Redtie. Why am I doing this? Because I want to show you how easy it actually is to redeem one of these codes and get started. So, let me get started with the sign up. All right. Let me click save for the password. Let's proceed. So this is the code that I just got. 1,000 contacts, 500 messages a month. So that means they do count as send and receive. 3 team members, message archiving, attachments, two-way messaging, and all of that. Oh, there's also webhooks. Let's proceed. I'm going to choose the area code. So in this case, I have the options for area code or location. In this case, I'll go specific, right? So, what is the area code that I want to use? For example, 619. That's San Diego, all right? Coronado, I think San Diego. So I got 3 options. If I use another area code, let me go by state because I don't recognize so many. The location, if I say California, all right? So I'm getting results based on California. If I want to load more, because I don't find a phone number that I want here. One of the good things about choosing your own phone number is that be on the lookout for an easy to use phone number. So the more simple it is, I guess it's easier to remember, or for someone else to remember, like one of your clients. Like this one looks simple. It starts with 1-714-7900-520. Let's choose that one, all right? Let's continue. But again, if you want to use a specific area code, you can do that. My workspace will be SaaS Master. And I don't plan to invite anyone, and just like that. So that is my phone number, all right? So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna save it on my US phone line, which I'm using hushed, by the way. If you guys are interested, I will be leaving that link in the description also. So I'm going to save that phone number because that's what I'm gonna be using for this testing right now. So like I said before, this is going to be super easy to use. Add phone number, and I'm just gonna say test thing. That's going to be the name for this one. All right. So that's saved. I'm ready to send messages. Let's continue. All right. My workspace is ready. So that's just how you redeem it really quickly. I'm going to skip this because I actually know how to use it. So first off, we can add contacts, or when someone contacts you, obviously it gets added right here. And that's what's going to happen right now. But again, if I wanted to add it via individual contacts, I can do it there, or via CSV file, which could be a bunch of contacts that I want to add in one single file. All right. So let's get started with the settings. Let's go into the settings right here, because one of the coolest things that I found about Redtie is the automation process. So we can do the workflow, which is this one right here. And we're going to call this one test for video. And this is just testing. And I'm gonna tick this on. That means that it's gonna auto respond again if they trigger this workflow with this one. If I only want to use it once, then I leave it off, right? So start automation. And this is where we create the automation flow. So what is going to be the entry point? So what has to happen to actually start off this workflow? So I can do it for any given contact, for given tags. So if I give tags for outbound, inbound, chat, or tags that I create, I can set that there. Or if there's an inbound messages with this content, all right? So that's what I'm gonna use because that's gonna be a popular one, all right? So I have these options to trigger it. If it's equal to, so for example, if it's exactly this message, then trigger it. If it starts with, so if the beginning starts with that, then trigger the message. If it contains any single place of that message, then it'll trigger it, or no specification, just if it has it. In this case, I'll say if it contains, all right? So if it contains, and this is just going to be example. Let's just say that we're setting this up for a business and we receive a message where someone is asking for a refund, all right? So that's something that we want to really look out for. So I'm gonna say if it has the word refund in the message, we are going to trigger it. So let's click OK, all right? And next, we have the inbound message for refund. So let's go into the next step. We can send the message or we can add a delay and then send the message. For example, if I want to add a delay for, I don't know, 5 minutes, I can do it like that. I have the option for minutes, hours, days, weeks, or month. So you can even set up workflows to get started. For example, after receiving that, you can say after such days, then send out the message. In this case, I won't be setting up a delay because the testing I want to do, I want to make it to reply quickly. I don't want to wait minutes to do it, but you can add the delay if you wish. So let's send the message. In this case, we'll say, how can we help you with your refund? Or better yet, please provide us with these details, all right? And we can say like, hey, 1, send us the receipt, 2, screenshot, or 3, description of the problem. So this way I'm saving time. If someone asks for a refund, I want this information. So that's the first thing I need to get started. That means that if I check that message in 2 hours, 3 hours, and I'm gonna tell the user, hey, I need this information, why waste that time? With this message, I'm already telling the person that I need this. So when I check that message in, I don't know, quickly or in 2 hours or 2 days, I already have that information to attack that problem really quickly. So let's go click OK. Okay, so now we have that. Remember, the entry point is when someone mentions refund in the message. Let's activate this workflow. Okay, and this is a really quick use case that you can have, right? Let's go back into our main panel. Okay, we're right here. Let's test it out. Let's go send the message. We haven't set up all the workflows for autoresponders and quick things, but just this workflow because I want to show you how easy this is. So let me send out a message right now. And I'm going to send it to my contact that I just created. And I am going to say, hello, I need a refund. So here it is. There we go. Okay, nothing is sent out. I am going to send it out right now. There we go. We got a little bell over here. There we go. So this is a message that we just received. We can even respond through here. We can view the messages. We can do other things like save the contact. And let's wait for that workflow to jump in. All right, the one we just created, the automation. All right, there we go. We just received it. It took about 5 seconds. All right, so here's the message that I received. Hold on, there we go. There's that message telling me that I need to send that information, right? So if I ask for a refund, then I need that. So we're saying, here's the message that we replied to them. Here's my name because I responded to them. So that's a really quick use case. We can create several workflows, we can create more automations, add some delays, add a second message to this, send 3 messages at the same time with this automation, do several things with it, all right? So let's go now into the basics. That's the thing that really kicked me in, the automation part. Now, if I want to send a message out right now, I can say, Thank you for contacting us and providing the info. All right, let's say it like that. I can send it now. I can add emojis right here, attachments. I can add the template. If I already created a template, I can save it. Don't send it, but just save it. I can schedule it. So let's just say, you know what? It looks bad if I respond really quickly. And in this case, no. But if that would be the use case, I could schedule it like saying, hey, you know what? I don't want to look desperate. This has to do a message with my quote, something like that. So I schedule it for, I don't know, 2 hours, 3 hours, just an example. If I want to send it out right now, boom, sending out the message, and there we go. There we go. There's the message I just responded. That didn't take any delays at all. That responded really quickly. So you have all those options right here. And one of the cool things is the templates. Like if you already know things that you have to respond and you don't want to type it in every single time, well, you can save it there. Now, what other things can we do with it? Let's go back into our gear settings right here. Okay, we have the auto responses. For example, we can enable these or disable them. For example, auto text response for inbound messages. So anyone that responds without triggering the workflow, right? This is separate. If I want to respond to inbound messages, I can say, we will get back to you shortly, right? That could be a message. I can save it there. I can add emojis, add some stuff like attachments, voice, or video. Let's save this. Okay, that's saved. Auto text response for unsupported media. So if someone sends an unsupported media, the auto response could be like, we don't support these files. All right, save it. Auto text responses for inbound calls. So if I get an inbound call, we can say we're not available right now. Please send us a text message. Example. Voice greeting for inbound calls. You can enable that. Like for example, you can record it. You can say, for example, let's start that. Hi, thank you for calling us. We'll get back to you shortly. All right, that's saved there. Let's go. Birthday greeting for contacts. If you want to enable this, for example, what time do we want to send out that greeting, the time zone, and the birthday text. Happy birthday. Now, what I don't see right now here is variables. So we can't capture that variable for the name. That's something that I would recommend Redtie to add if they have that variable. And we can set the time zone, for example, Pacific in my case, all right? And I want to send it out at about 9 a.m. But it will depend where your contacts are living. So that would send that at the same time zone. It doesn't matter where they live. And I'll save that. And there we go. Let's test out the voice greeting for inbound calls. Let me call this person. Let's put speaker. Hi, thank you for calling us. We'll get back to you shortly. And there we go. That was pretty quick, right? We just set it up right here. We made the call and we received the message there. Super easy to do. Now, what else do we have? We have the integrations. For example, we have the email if we want to get alerts when we get a message. We have chat also to integrate for the website. A Slack, again, if we want to get alerted in Slack. A QR code if we want to create one for quick messages. And the meetings for Google Connect. This one is pretty useful because it connects directly to your Google Meetings. And what does that mean? That when we generate a message or we send out a message, we can schedule it right inside of Redtie. We don't have to go to Google Meet, make the schedule, and then go send out the link. Everything is created right here and it sends it out. So it's pretty useful to have that. Packs if you need more messages. The templates where we said we've created for the messages that we have ready to send out. So it could be like something that would, I don't know, if you send out support, like how do I, let's see, for adding custom domain, right? That could be a support question. You can add it by and in your DNS settings, blah, 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 .com and blah, 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 right? It could be a really long message, which saves you time to text that every single time. So now I have this as a template. If I go back to send out a message Okay, let's go back over here and let's go to, hold on, here it is, my contacts. All right, so the phone number that just sent me here, if I want to, here's the voice that we just got.
There we go.
And I hanged up, right? But if I wanted to send that template right here, I'll go here. Yes, for adding a custom domain, proceed. Here's the text message ready, and we can send it out. Man, let's just go ahead and send it out just for testing purposes. And we should receive that over here. There it is. It's ready. Here's that message we just sent. So it saves you time. You can have those templates ready to send it out really quickly. And for contacts, well, we have several options. For example, we can add, we can select, we can, for example, add more information to this guest. For example, this guest, we know he is Jorge, SaaS Master, their phone number, the last name. All right, we add it differently, but say Jorge Aguilar. There's the phone number, the email address for this person, the DOB, month, date of birth. All right, so that's the date of birth. That's where it's going to pull the information to send out that message automatically. So that person's going to receive a message when they had a birthday, right? The company name, so in this case it's SaaS Master. We can add a property, so checkbox, date, address, email, phone number, URL, text, number, and all of that. And we can save it. We can add additional tags to this person. So for example, if we know something that, wait, what happened? Let's go into details again. Tags, if we know something about them, for example, refund, that could be a tag. Okay, so now I have a tag that when someone asks for a refund, I have them tagged. All right, that could be something I add there, or one of the ones they have already. And we can also add some notes there. So for example, this person is mad, or he got a bad product. So those are things that just help me out later on to give better support. Like this person, for example, he got mad, so he'll get mad really quickly. I'll try to solve his problem more easily or fast, right? Again, we have multi-select. If you want to send out multi messages to a person, send messages, view the tags, delete, and add new contacts. So all of that is available there. So all of this, you get that phone number for a year for that price, which is a really good price, and you can send up to 500 messages a month, and they just reset every month for that year that you contracted. So basically, that is what Redtie does. And like I said before, you could be in a different country, like I am right now. I'm in Mexico and I'm using this because maybe I'm giving support to someone in the United States, and this helps me out by doing it. But there you go. That's a deal that's going on right now. Don't forget to check out that link in the description. The link, it's an affiliate link. If you use that link, it won't cost you a single cent more. It just helps me out with a small commission to keep making these videos for you guys. Well, I thank you all for watching. My name's George. This is SaaS Master, and I'll see you guys later.